Start. So welcome back everyone to the CETI channel. Today I am joined by Rahman. And Rahman, just before we start talking with each other, please introduce yourself for the audience.
First of all, thank you for calling me to the show. And my name is Rahman Mohi, and I am currently pursuing my second year from Usman University, College of Engineering. I am pursuing civil engineering.
You're pursuing civil engineering. Yeah. Fascinating. So we had a civil engineer on our show very recently as well. So tell me, Rahman, do you think that civil engineer is a calling that people do with a lot of pride, or is it just a means to an end?
It might be both in some cases, because for me it was out of passion, but for many people there might be many reasons. Because
so please go a bit more into why was it a passion for you.
So first of all, I had option between CSC and civil engineering. The reason I didn't took CSC because it was like more technical, and then like most of your work as a software engineer will be behind a computer, and you have to code software and everything, vice versa, right? But in civil engineering, there's a lot of ups and downs. For example, like there might be site inspection you should go for, or like the branch of civil engineering comprises of being in like an office designing, or it might be that you should go for a site. And then the biggest thing for me is finally you see something that you designed come into picture in real life.
So now tell me, Rahman, I've always wondered this, that if you look at the Middle East,
Yeah.
and you see that in the news, especially during the World Cup in Qatar, it came to light that so many workers lost their lives. So now, what would you say as a person aspiring to be a civil engineer was the cause for this? Was it bad working conditions? Was it rushing into something that they did not make a proper timeline for? And in these two things, what is the role of the civil engineer in this fault?
So I think there might be an element of capitalistic approach, right? So Qatar is the first Arabian country to host FIFA World Cup, and then they invested around like 20 billion or something in their World Cup, and they have to complete all that in a record time, right? In like 14 years they had to complete it. So I think they were negligent on the working conditions, especially the accommodations, everything of the workers. And secondly, for mostly in Qatar or Gulf countries, I think the Arab people, they sometimes treat the people like foreigners, like Indians, Pakistanis or Bangladeshis, they treat subordinate of them. I think that might be an element.
So now in the case of the Middle East, from what I'm hearing from you, we can justify that there was the capitalist intent, there was a sense of urgency because the date was approaching.
Yeah.
Fine. But why then in India do we see such shoddy infrastructure? Why do buildings collapse? Why do buildings not even last after 10 to 20 years? Recently I was seeing this news a few months back that a apartment in Toli Choki had literally started tilting. What is the reason for this?
So mainly in India it's corruption, right? Because the people, when government assigns the work for
Is
someone,
it corruption? Are you sure it's not because of the quality of material that is being used?
Yeah, that comes under corruption, right? So for example, if you are a government entity and you assign me as a contractor, what I'll do is for more marginal profit, I will like reduce the quality of materials that's being used, and then not like then there might be not many engineers to see it. So in that surely we'll have some problems.
So that is one aspect of it, but from what I think I know, a lot of the buildings that are there in Toli Choki are not even regulation, they're not allowed to be like that. Then why do we have so many of these small 3-4 level flats that are being built or have been there for so many times? Who is allowing all of this?
No, nobody is allowing them, but the government is not restraining them as much as like in other countries, like the strict policy and laws. But in India, it again comes under corruption and bribery, and then you are not like you'll not be held accountable as much. That's why, that's the main reason for that.
Well, thank you so much, Rahman, for joining us. Lovely having this conversation with you, and hope to speak to you again in the future. Thank you.